a little bit trickier to use, but they're very, very applicable to your lives. At some point in your future, most of you are going to borrow money for some reason, to buy a car, to buy a home. If you're very, very unwise, you'll use a credit card. But at some point, you will have to be making payments on something. Maybe there'll be student loan payments. I don't know. You're going to be making payments on something. We have not done any problems up to this point that have involved making payments. We have gone down to the bank, handed them $2,000 and said, how much will I have after 6 years? But we haven't gone every month and made a payment. When you are making payments, whether it's my retirement fund where I put money in every month, I make a payment to my retirement fund every single month, or whether you're paying off a car every single month, if you are making regular payments, then you use one of these two formulas. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to write down the first one. Oh, you need them. Yep, you need them. And you need to make sure that you are writing them exactly like I did on the paper. I put these on the paper because it's important that you have everything lined up just the way it is.
What would you call this formula?
This, we're going to see in a minute when we do the problem. The FB has a meaning. All right? So here we go. Emily makes a $500 payment every quarter into her retirement fund. Can I turn that on? Yeah. Into her retirement fund. If the interest rate is 3.88%, what will be the value of the fund in 20 years? So, number one, Emily is making payments. Do you understand that? This isn't a lump sum investment. She is making payments. That's why I'm using this formula and not another one. The question is, what will be the value of the account in the future? This is called the future value. When you are making payments to save, you're going to use your future value. She didn't borrow any money. This is her investment, future value. I'm saving for my future. Okay? Now, I want to know what will be the value of the fund in 20 years. So this is what I'm looking for. I do not know what that is. R is the payment amount. They couldn't use P because then you get it confused with principal in the other formula, so they called it R. It's the payment amount. So in this problem, she's making a $500 payment. Now, what do you think R is?
Ratio.
Well, it's the interest rate, which in this problem is 0.0388. This looks familiar, I hope. The N means the same thing as it meant before. What does the N mean? The number of times per year that you're making payments in this case. So she's making every quarter, so that's going to be 4. How many years? T is how many years? 20. And then what goes in the bottom? Same thing that went up there, so 0.0388 divided by 4. So look at the equation. Make sure you understand where all the numbers came from. Look at the problem. this is what we're looking for. This is the value in the future. How much will she have? R is the payment amount, and everything else is just like it's been. Okay? Now, typing this in, we have to be careful. I would suggest that maybe you work this out. So I have 1 plus 0.0388 divided by 4, and that's 1.0097 to the 80th minus 1 over 0.0388 divided by 4, 0.0097. Now, I'm going to stop right there, make sure you understand what I just did. This is a mess. You can actually type it in just like that, but the problem is it's got a bunch of parentheses and a bunch of brackets, and you got to make sure you're putting it all in the right place. So I like to simplify this first. That, of course, is 80. And then I simplify this. Now, can I type this in on my calculator? Do I know how to do that? But be careful. 1.0097 to the 80th minus 1 equals divided by 0.0097. So this circled part, make sure you're getting about 120. Don't just sit there and stare at me. Type it in, make sure you're getting about 120. So 1.0097 to the 80th minus 1 equals divided by 0.0097. Did you get like 120? Okay, let me finish this. All right, so one more time. If you didn't get 120, then here's what I want you to do. I'll type exactly what I say. 1.0097 raised to the 80th minus 1 equals divided by 0.0097. And then equals. And you get 120. Now, you're going to take that number on your calculator and times it by 500. And her account will be worth $60,033.71. All right, Izzy?
So if I type in 1.0097 and then go up to the 80th, how do I get it back down to minus 1?
Click to the right.
Just click the right arrow.
After you get 120 divided by 2.
Okay, the hardest part about this formula and the next one we're going to do is the getting it typed in right.
Yeah, I'm not getting one.
Why do we divide it by 2?
Huh?
Why do we divide it by 2?
You didn't divide it by 2. No.
You get 1 by 1.
You typed in 1.0097 raised to the 80th.
Yeah, I got the 120 in there. You get the 60.
Times it by 500.
You don't.
It's the same if you divide it by 2.
Okay, this is 60,000. Dividing by 2 is multiplying by 0.5, so you'll get the same number, but you just 1.7. All right, we gotta get through one more, and then I can help those of you that have calculators. But I want to get this next one done. When you look at the next one, you see that there are some real similarities. But you'll also see some differences. We're now on problem 7. All right, so read the question. You borrowed $12,000 for a car. The loan interest rate is 4.8%. You have 5 years to pay off the car. How much is your monthly payment? I left out a very important word. This is how much is your monthly payment. When you buy a car, you usually have monthly car payments. Okay? Now, We're making payments in this problem, but how is it different than the last one? This is not there. You're not saving for the future, you're trying to pay off a present debt, a present value you owe. You're paying off a present value debt. You're not saving for the future, you're paying down a debt. So the difference between these two formulas, in the problem it's going to say something about payments. If you're saving for the future, you use this one. If you're saving, if you're paying off debts, house loan, college loan, car loan, credit card loan, if you're paying down a loan, you use this one. All right, now let's plug in what we know. Do we know the value of the loan? $12,000. Do we know the amount of the payment? No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do I know the interest rate? 0.048 divided by 12. These are monthly payments, even though I left that word out. Negative exponent, and the exponent's going to be what? 12 times 5? Negative 60? It is negative in this case. And then underneath here, we'll still have 0.048 divided by 12. So take a look at that. Do all the numbers fit in the right spots according to the formula? Because we're monthly payments, N is 12. I had to add that word, Shiloh. Yep. Now, right before, let's do some simplification before we get started. Let's do 1 plus 0.048 divided by 12. So that's 1.004. And then let's do 0.048 divided by 12. 0.004. These formulas are a mess. So sometimes if we just take care of some of that arithmetic, it's a little bit better. Okay? Now, I'm going to focus my beady little eyes inside this bracket. I'm going to type 1 minus 1.004 raised to the negative 60th equals divided by 0.004. I got this thing to be about 53. Okay? So that bracket is 53. Now how would we figure out what R is? What would we have to do?
Divide that by 12.
So 12,000 divided by, you guessed it, second answer. And the amount of the payment is $225.36. We're going to do some more of these next time, but if you're having calculator issues, you need to come in and talk about it, okay? But I want to show you something here. We're not done, we're not done, do not wrap up, we're not done. You are going to make payments this amount, right? So I want you to type that in on your calculator, 225.36. This is your payment. So every month, you're going to write the bank a check for $225.36. Now, how many payments are you making over the life of the loan? Well, you're making 12 a year for 5 years. So times that by 60. And And remember how much money you borrowed for the car? $12,000? Look how much you're paying back. 13,500 and some. So there are certain things you probably aren't going to be able to avoid buying on credit. But if you can afford to save up and go pay for that car in cash, it's so much smarter than having to borrow money. Or, even if you have to borrow, save as much as you can so you don't have to borrow as much. Remember, and you're talking to an extremely conservative person here. I know you probably find it hard to believe. But you don't always have to have the newest, the best, the most expensive. Save your money. Buy nice things, but save your money. Don't go into debt.